In an age of AI, this is still the most wildly undervalued skill. Every time I talk about this skill, people take to the comments and they're like, yeah, AI is taking this over. There's no room for humans to do this thing anymore. And I call bullshit. I call bullshit. I still think that if you were to master this one skill in 2025 and beyond, that you will always find yourself in demand in any field. And the skill is that of copywriting. Now, I think over the last maybe not 15 years, but let's say 5 years, 10 years, let's say about 10 years, in the online social media space, copywriting has gotten kind of a bad reputation in the sense that it's become what all the young gurus talk about in terms of, oh, you want to go make money, become a copywriter, go find a business, an operator, a creator that you can go and like lend your copywriting services to. And if you can copyright with skill, then you can practically print money, right? And that has become this really easy gateway into this world of making online money. And there's nothing wrong with that. I don't disagree with it. The problem is that most people are not good copywriters. Like they can put words on a page, but they do not understand the actual essence of it. And when I'm talking about mastering a skill that will survive the AI apocalypse and make you irreplaceable regardless of what the future brings, I'm not talking about just learning some of the tips and tricks of like, here's how to put some words together. Here's the idea behind it. You need to fundamentally comprehend and understand and be able to work back from first principles what makes for a compelling piece of writing. And there's a couple of reasons why copywriting is so powerful. It's because fundamentally, copywriting is nothing more than persuasive writing. It's the ability to put words down or in an order or a sequence that then influences somebody else to take an action that's in alignment with your goals. Copywriting isn't just about words on a page, by the way. Like what I'm doing right here, speaking to you, is a form of copywriting. If you think about that, I am putting together a persuasive argument with the attempt to convince you that this is a skill worth learning and mastering. Now, let's take the two parts of persuasive writing, right? If we want to be a persuasive writer, what do we need? We need to be both persuasive and we need to be a writer. So to be a great writer, you need two things. First, you need to be a clear thinker. And this right in and of itself is, I think, the reason why copywriting is so valuable, and it has always been, and will continue to be regardless of what AI does for the future, is because the best writers are the clearest thinkers. They have the deepest insights because they spend the most time taking this chaotic jumble of thoughts that are whisking around inside of their dome, and they have practice organizing those thoughts and then putting those thoughts through their fingers, through the pen, through the keyboard, into a physical domain that can then be sculpted, right? You're taking ephemeral thought and you're making it physical. That is a tremendous skill. Most people are not clear thinkers. In fact, most people never really stop to think about what they think on a topic until they're asked about it in that moment. Like, what do you think about the Second Amendment? What do you think about abortion rights? What do you think about blah, 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 blah? And at that moment, people will then take the jumble of headlines, the jumble of sound bites, the jumble of things that they've heard in the past as they scroll social media, and they will quickly try to put that all together and out comes something. How true it is, how deep, insightful, how resonant, doesn't matter. It is just what comes out. However, if you sat and you spent an hour every day taking a topic and then writing on it, and you said, what do I believe about Second Amendment, gun rights, let's say, and you wrote about that, you would come to the realization that a lot of what you believe on that topic, you don't actually believe. A lot of things you find in there, you're like, paradoxically, I don't agree with that. Here's a fringe case. Here's the gray between the black and white. Most people will never take the time to do that. And so they're very shallow thinkers. But if you want to be a great thinker, it starts with great writing. So that's first thing. Second is, if you want to be a great writer, you have to have the ability to communicate, right? Like that's fundamentally what writing is communicating your thoughts and putting them together, formatting them, using the right structures, using the right grammar, using the right words to convey an idea to another human being so they can understand you. Now, I'm going to tell you this. The main reason most of those young people out there learning copywriting, they will never make money doing this thing, is because they do not understand how to communicate through the written word. They do not understand the tools available to them. They don't know when to use a semicolon. They don't know how to even use a comma. They don't know when to use a period. They don't capitalize the right words. They don't even use the right goddamn words, right? Most of the people, and I know this because I get a lot of DMs from you guys reaching out and being like, hey, I can make your landing page better. And they'll send me examples of it. I'm like, your words are terrible. You don't even realize that they don't make sense. And honestly, I think it's a lot because we didn't learn how to communicate in this way effectively in school. They taught us how to write essays for word length or page length, but not for the transference of impactful ideas. Like, we're being measured on the wrong things. And then the most experience that many humans have with writing is on their phones. They're texting. And I don't know, like when I text, I use proper sentences. I use it's always. I am very articulate and clear, and that makes my text really long, which I know makes me a boomer. But there's no misconstruing what I mean when I say something. Whereas, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, like, most of you write like monkeys, where it's like that sentence that you just wrote can be interpreted in one of three ways. How do I know which is the right way, right? Now, somehow humans still manage to like function and whatnot. So like something's being communicated. But if you want to be a top tier writer, you need to learn the tools available to you and how to put them together and when to break them. So like, when do you want to write more informally, but to break the rules with intention, not out of ignorance. So that's the first part of it. Like, if we want to be a great copywriter, which is persuasive writing, we have to become a great writer. Next, you have to become persuasive, right? It's not just enough to be a clear thinker and to be a great communicator. We need to know how to influence the behaviors of other people, which means we need to understand human psychology, right? I need to understand what are the biases, the limiting beliefs, the empowering beliefs, like the way that your circuitry works on a fundamental human level, so that I know how I can pull the levers within your brain to get you to do things. Like, good golly, Miss Molly, I can't think of a skill that's more powerful than being able to influence other people to take actions in alignment with your goals. Like, it's if I could take an idea and communicate it, say Martin Luther King, to the world, holy crap, suddenly we have, equal rights for all Americans. Like, I can't overstate this. Like, the ability to impact other people's behaviors because you understand how humans operate is a game changer. And no AI, like, AI can understand it. They can understand how to manipulate you. But if you don't understand how you're being manipulated or how you can influence other people, then you're just a lemming waiting to be taken advantage of. So to be persuasive, we have to understand human psychology, but we also have to learn another skill, which is the skill of storytelling. Like, how do we take our clear thinking, our ability to communicate, our understanding of human psychology, and then package it all inside of a vehicle that is maximally impactful? And storytelling is that vehicle, because the story is the means by which we understand everything that's happening around us. Like, you have a narrative, your brain is a narrative maker. It is connecting cause and effect constantly around you. It is attributing intention where perhaps there is none, right? Oh, it rained on your wedding day. That's, you pissed off the gods. That person ran into your parked car because they're an asshole. You're creating a story and a narrative. Your ability to understand how to tell a compelling story is going to take any idea, any writing that you've done, and instantly amplify it, make it 10 times more impactful. And so that right there is like why copywriting is the skill, still the underrated skill of the century, is because you become a great thinker, you become a great communicator, and you become an actual persuasive, influential individual. Now, sure, AI can do this to a degree, but I don't know, man. Like, I've read a lot of things that AI has written, and it has never really been great. It's been pretty good, but I can read it, I can recognize why it's not great, and I can improve it. But if you can't recognize it and don't have the skill to improve it, then you just take what you're given, and you're going to be beholden to whatever the AI gives you. Now, that in a nutshell is, I think, what a lot of people think is going to happen is like AI is going to come in and replace us. It's going to be better than any human. And that's not the case. I think what's going to happen is the best copywriters are going to use AIs to be even better copywriters because they understand the principles, the underlying foundations. And so if you want to start getting better at copywriting, becoming a better writer and thinker and more persuasive, here's just 5 quick things I would do. Number 1, read great books, study great writing. Number 2, read great speeches. don't listen to great speeches, go read the great speeches. So Martin Luther King, I have a dream, go read that thing. Number 3, read great emails, read great landing pages. Like go get onto some great copywriters' email lists and then read what they send you and be like, damn, that was really good. Like, why was that really good? Try to understand and work backwards from it. Number 4, read great tweets, read great captions. So like, there's surprisingly some good writing on Instagram in the captions sometimes from certain creators. Like go and find those people and then read their captions and you'll be like, that's pretty good. Start to like notice great writing everywhere around you. The 5th and most impactful thing I would recommend is something that I still do to this day, which is called copy work. Copy work is where you find these great speeches, you find these great books, you find these great emails and landing pages and captions, you find these things, and then you write them out by hand. You write them out so that you can feel the flow of the language. If there's somebody who writes in a way that you admire, well, go and start. The way I think about this is like I copy their work by hand so that I can acquire their skill. I think of it like literally like sucking the juice out of their lemon. I'm like, it's so juicy and delicious. I'm going to take it for myself. And what I learned is like, oh, here's how they craft an interesting sentence. Here's the words that they use consistently. Now, I don't want to just go and be like a parrot of them in my own work, but I take those ideas, and because I have the ability to replicate their voice, I have the ability to take that and twist it and make it my own. But you can only do that after you've deconstructed it and you really understand it on a fundamental level. So in an age of AI, I think copywriting is still the mega skill, super undervalued. And regardless if you want to go start a copywriting agency or whatever, any business owner needs to be a master of copywriting. Honestly, in this day and age, pretty much any W-2 worker needs to understand copywriting. It will give you a leg up. And that's all I got. So I'll see you guys in the next video.